What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the E4 Mafia podcast. Today's episode is going to be about the Charlie Kirk incident. We're going to give you guys our take and what we thought and what we think is going to happen next. We appreciate you guys listening and all the support. Let's get into the episode.
You seriously need to pick up the Bible. Like, something needs to change.
The old saying, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Charlie Kirk is the reason why I turn my ways into Jesus. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what he was called for, and God called him home.
Panda 1-6, Panda 1-6, this is Badger 2-2, come in, over.
Badger 2-2, this is Panda 1-6, send traffic, over.
Roger, E4 Mafia is a go. I say again, E4 Mafia is a go.
Roger that, execute.
what's up?
All right, man. Let's dive into it.
Yeah.
The tragic events that happened here recently. I think we got the most information waiting to do the podcast episode, trying to get as much information as possible before doing the episode. So, let's hear your take. What you got?
Well, I mean, just the basic gist of the whole thing is it's disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you don't agree with someone else's opinion, that you had to find it in yourself to, unalive another person, right? I think that's just crazy. Like, I don't know. That's tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand where, and I can go a little bit deeper into it later, of what I think about this shooter, you could say, but just in general, for all those that I've seen so far on, different social media platforms and how people are celebrating, almost like they're rejoicing or whatever and putting it on social media. To me, it just blows my mind that people think that way and feel that way. Like, you have that much hatred in your heart, to go online and put it all out there to see that you're happy and I saw one where somebody was making a chant about it,
Yeah.
and it's from all ages. And from all walks of life, all colors. It didn't matter. Like, these people just, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just very disgusting.
Yeah. I'm with you. Whether you disagree with someone or not, based off their political views, the answer is not to just go kill somebody. I mean, here's the crazy thing, man, is, I follow Jesus. I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that it silenced his movement and silenced his voice, but it almost amplified it. I can't tell you how many people that I've seen on, like, and this is from a religious standpoint, I guess, but TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, about people just saying, hey, I used to be an atheist until I saw one of his videos a month ago. Or,
Mm-hmm.
hey, or ever since this Charlie Kirk incident, I don't know why, but I've always been turning away from God and Jesus and all that. So, but for something in my heart tells me to go open the Bible, and now I'm going to church regularly, and I'm, reading my Bible each day. Like, the devil thinks he won, but you don't know what he just stirred up, and it's never a right thing, man. I think they're a part of the problem. The people that are chanting and celebrating, like, you are a part of the issue, and they're the reason why this world is so messed up.
Yeah.
I know JoJo Beans wasn't my favorite president. Do I wish that he caused death? Kamala Harris, do I think that, we should be assassinating them because of their political views? No.
No.
I just do what I can to make sure that I go vote, to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Yeah. And again, you know, like kind of piggybacking off what you said, you know, there's even though I'm a conservative, you know, I'll say it. There's some things on the right that I don't agree with. You know,
100%.
there's some things that I do agree with on certain aspects of the left. I don't agree with everything, but just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I hate you. You know, and there might be something that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna hate you, because hate is very strong. You know,
yeah.
and if somewhere deep down that you feel that way, that's the first thing in your mind is to hate somebody because they disagree with you, and then you want to unalive them for whatever reason. If it's in the back of your mind, you seriously need to pick up the Bible. Like, something needs to change, because that shouldn't, to me, and I guess this is just me, that shouldn't cross your mind, like, at all.
No.
And if it does, as much as you know, some people even on the right are coming out saying, all right, this has got to stop and we got to retaliate. As much as I would say yes, but that would just be feeding into their same mindset. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Don't go out and retaliate. You know, like you kind of said, you know, read the Bible, you know, and I'm not saying that you have to be 100% like, I'm trying to say this without sounding too bad, I guess.
Hey, man, no filter. Just say it.
I'm just saying, because there are some fake Christians out there. There are some fake churches out there.
There's more fake churches and Christians than there are actual Christians
Right.
and churches.
So I'm not saying the first church you see, go over there and, you know, devote your whole life to it. You know, find the right church, find the right group of Christians that you believe that falls along with you and your, you know, values, and you know what I mean, and the way you live. And then also I wanted to kind of piggyback off what you said, like a lot of people coming up, opening themselves to be more vulnerable in saying that they used to be atheists or they haven't read the Bible in a long time or whatever. And there's a lot more coming, you know, opening up about it, especially through social media. I've noticed that too.
yeah.
Another thing that I noticed is his words and the values that he had, it was all around the world.
Yeah.
You know, I saw stuff from the UK, New Zealand, South Korea,
Yeah.
South America, Spain, like, and I think that's what really scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, his word was so strong that it went around the world, and people that think that way is just like, all right, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah. They say it's the shot heard around the world. They're calling it the shot heard around the world. And when
Yeah.
you sent me that stuff from Korea, when I saw the tribute to him in Korea, then one of our buddies sent me a thing from Korea. They were like having like a sermon and just a prayer time in the middle of like Seoul.
Yeah.
Before him, and no, I wouldn't say for him. It's for God, but you know, you get what I'm saying,
Right,
in
yeah.
reference to what happened,
Right.
and I want to touch on what you said, man. Most churches, I almost think most churches they're Pastor Anthony Mitchell. I think Anthony Mitchell. I know it's Pastor Mitchell. I think his first name's Anthony. The black dude with the beard that I've shown you on TikTok and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, I think is the best preacher I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Something he said in one of his sermons. It was a clip I only got to see, but he was saying everyone's got Proverbs this in their thing, but no fruit in their Instagram, and has Proverbs on the top, but no fruit of God or Jesus in their actual Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You're living the I'm a Christian, but you show no fruit. He's like, that doesn't mean anything because you guys aren't producing any fruit of what Christianity is like.
Mm-hmm.
and he had people walk out of his sermon. He was like, I don't care. I'll preach if it's an empty room. I'm gonna preach this word. And the one thing I like that I never really noticed from other churches, and this is just my take, doesn't mean that it's a thing, but
Yeah.
if the preacher is up there preaching from an iPad and not a Bible, I will never go back,
Yeah.
because that's the word.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where we should be reading from. And I understand you have scriptures and notes on your iPad and stuff. Preach from the word. He has a Bible up there. There's no iPad. Yes, they have multimedia going across for the platforms and all that, but he preaches, he opens a Bible.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many churches I've been to where it's trying to find the right church, and I never really noticed it, but a lot of the people are off an iPad, an iPhone, or some kind of technology.
Yeah.
Again, there are Bible, stuff like on technology and whatnot, but I think if you don't have a Bible up there, the book that we're supposed to read and follow, and you're not preaching from it, that's an issue. It goes back to the fruits thing. Like, everyone says I'm a Christian, but there's no fruits of your labor. There's no fruits of Jesus. Yeah, you can preach it from the mountaintops, but if you're, and it kind of struck me because I was like, dang, like maybe I definitely need to change some ways then, because I was like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, but that's what sparked from like just this whole movement, and how it's crazy how much widespread it's gotten, and how many people's come out and talked about it, about how he's changed their life just by viewing him. And it's people that did not think anything, his political views, they may still disagree with, but they were like,
Right.
something told me I need to get right.
Right.
And it's crazy, man. It really is. And
yeah.
I think something's, I saw some videos about veterans saying it. And I don't know, I felt the same thing. When I heard about it and I saw it, there was a lot of veterans on like social media saying like, be ready.
Yeah.
They're like, I can't explain it. I've never seen one of his videos.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I've never seen one of his videos, but something, when I heard about it and told me, something in me is telling me to be ready.
Yeah.
And a lot of veterans are commenting like, I have no idea either. Like, it's this feeling that I got.
Yeah.
And this kind of, I think something's going to happen, either spiritually or something else crazy is going to happen for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah. I've seen those videos as well, and then I've seen videos where angry, vets as well who, in the broad spectrum of what happened, being assassinated or unallowed for having your own opinions or whatever it may be. I've seen them say, like I said, they said, this is enough. Like, we need to just start taking action.
Well, if you think about it, what did we fight for? What did we sign up for? To protect the constitutional rights, protect freedom.
Yeah.
And if you can't even voice your own opinion,
Right.
without being in fear of being killed,
Right.
it's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
Like it made me think, why even do what we do for these ungrateful people?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still believe it's not a majority, it's a minority. We're just seeing the minority up
Yeah.
front and close, just like everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing with like cop videos that are like bad shoots. There's like maybe there's only a few handful of bad shoots versus the actual big variety of shoots that go down, and then you only see that portion. Or like the propaganda. If you're on the left, you only see the bad stuff that they wanted you to see about Trump. Or if you're on the right, they only see the bad stuff they want you to see about,
The
Joe
left.
Biden or the left or
Yeah.
whatever the case is. I would say I lean more towards conservative, but do my best to stay in the middle. I don't want to be affiliated with as like, you're a Republican. Now, I promise you I'm not. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican.
Yeah.
Because really we're just playing in the hands of whatever higher powers above them are.
Yeah.
And we are fighting each other, which is exactly what they want us to do.
Right.
And it's nuts.
Yeah.
crazy.
And I mean, and the reason why I said I lean more towards conservative, because of the majority of the values and the concepts that they lean towards is, I agree with majority
Yes.
of. Not all of them.
Yeah, I do agree
Again,
with them more, for sure.
I don't agree with everything that the right does.
No.
But again, that's just me, the way I've lived so far, and my opinion, and that's why I say I'm a little more towards the conservative side.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't matter. In the end, it doesn't matter. You have your opinion. I have my opinion. I don't hate you more or less because you have your opinion. You know what I mean? And you should never hate somebody because we're all different. We all have different lifestyles. We all grew up differently. You know, we're from different backgrounds, religion, race. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Just hating somebody for that is just mind blowing to me.
It is. It's a mental issue, I think.
Yeah,
for sure. As veterans, we know what violence can and does look like.
Yes.
And I feel like the majority of veterans, especially like within combat roles and whatnot, normally can control it. And that's the master of it.
Yeah.
The old saying, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
And the whole point of that is to strengthen yourself and then can hone and control the violence only when it needs to be acted upon, and like obviously like self-defense or defending somebody, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is when you unleash it. Right. But then once it's done, you also got to control it and cut it back off like a light switch.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man, that people think so crazily that I'm going to go assassinate this guy.
Yeah.
But the next thing, another big thing I want to talk about is, did you see the videos that they released, the FBI released and all that, about him jumping down from the rooftop and all that?
Yeah.
I didn't see a gun.
Right.
And the rifle that they're deeming him to have, 30-06, can't be broken down without tools. He didn't have time to break it down.
No.
He may have staged the rifle up there prior to the day, or he may have broken it down prior and then reassembled it when he got up there. That's possible. But that's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is when he jumps down, I don't see a rifle, and they're saying they stuffed it in his pants. That rifle's so long, you might get, when he starts to walk away, yes, he has a limp, but he also just jumped from a one-story building onto the ground, so that could be a possibility. But his knees are bending, in my opinion, way too much to be concealing a rifle in his pants.
Yeah.
Because it's a long rifle, and you shouldn't be able to bend your leg as much, especially his jeans were pretty tight from the pictures.
Yeah.
So it's not in the backpack, and I didn't see it fall from his hands, but they're saying he had it in his hands. Now, the camera view kind of has some terrible quality. Obviously, it's a security camera, probably not the best, but I don't know, man. It seems fishy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my first thought as well. Well, for one, the first thing when I heard was it was almost 200 yards. And then when they showed a picture, supposedly, of the shooter, I said, no, there's no way.
No way what?
When they showed the picture of him.
You're saying there's no way that he made the shot, or no way it's 200 yards?
There's no way that he made the shot.
Well, 200 yards isn't that far.
For us.
Well, not even for the regular person. Okay, so if you dialed in your optic within 100 yards, when he got shot, he definitely was not, the person shooting at him was not aiming for the neck. Not only is that the smallest vital target that you would be aiming for him, which means it's the hardest shot, so why would you even aim for it? I think he was aiming for his head.
I think so too.
And then there was shooting fundamentals that came into play to where it didn't go that 30-06. There's not much drop at 200 yards.
No,
especially not that much. There was, recoil anticipation, trigger pull, follow through, all that.
Yeah.
So the wind's not going to play a big factor either at 200 yards, especially with that kind of caliber round. It's not going to play it to where if you're aiming here and you shoot here, that's almost 6 to 7 inches. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's a drop. Wind was shifted left and right. Maybe I'm not saying that someone else or it's not the same guy, but who knows?
I am.
Who knows?
I'm saying that I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody else. I don't know. Just because, again, so for us, because a lot of my friends that I know that, hunt, deer hunt and stuff like that, they even said that was a pretty good shot.
Could be lucky.
So, yeah, and it could be lucky.
And then someone also said that it hit his chest and the exit wound was here. And if you watch the slow-mo, it's kind of hard to tell. If you watch the slow-mo, you'll see the blood here first. But I don't know if it's from the first spurt that comes out and then it hits it, or if it's an entry wound, because it's a small amount of blood. But when you slow it down, you see blood on the chest first, and then this comes. And then you see the pour of blood coming from his neck.
Mm-hmm.
There was no saving him. That hit
No.
a jugular. There was
Yeah.
it would have to be a God given miracle. For
Yeah,
that
it would
to
have
happen.
to been a miracle for them.
But
to save
there
him.
was two things that there was actually three. The third one was like somebody from his security team was giving signals or something, and then the guy next to him that looked like he had a phone like this shot him. And I was like, I don't know, even from like 5 yards, that's gonna be a hard shot. You're gonna have to not miss. So they were saying that I ruled that one out. That someone next to him shot with a handgun, and plus the round of a handgun. That's a pretty big hole. But the two I can't tell because of the video. It's not that great of a quality because they zoomed in and it slowed. But you do see blood here first. But I'm not sure if it's from the initial hit and then you hit this and then everything else comes out because there is a delay. Obviously, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But if it hit his chest and then came up and this was the exit wound.
Yeah.
That's a theory
Yeah.
versus just being here. Because there's still more stuff. I would like to see the autopsy report. What was the entrance wound and exit wound? And then I talked to you about it. How much can we actually believe from these 3-letter agencies and all that about what's real and what's fake?
Right.
Everything could be doctored. Like we don't.
Yeah.
They were there. They took over the investigation so quick.
They did.
And I want to believe they wouldn't do it. I really do. But it's almost hard not to question everything that you see on the internet.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So-
especially with AI generation and anything because there was again, I forgot what I was going to say previously, but going to that,
My bad.
no, it's all right. Somebody posted a picture of of what the guy looked like, and in his room he had like some maroon shirt on and some khakis or something, and his little Converse shoes. And then like within an hour or so, somebody posted a picture of him in the same room with except for the shirt. They put a Trump shirt on him.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
And then people started going after it. They
Yeah.
were like, oh, he was a Trump supporter. What about now, MAGA? And then you
Yeah.
see someone like, this is photoshopped.
Right. Like, so again, like I said before in other videos, do your own research, your own homework. Don't
Yeah.
believe everything you see on these social media platforms, especially with this AI, because some of this AI crap, it looks real as hell. Like, really.
They were saying
Until you see it, it says AI.
they were saying this whole thing was AI.
No, I don't think the
was
whole
like,
thing's AI. But anyways,
There was too many witnesses for it not to be AI.
yeah, unless
Or,
everybody's in on
to
it.
be
and-
AI.
Yeah, unless they had the whole Utah College
In on
campus
it. Yeah.
in on it,
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll go that far with
No.
making it.
I mean, they could,
Oh, they could.
but I doubt it.
Yeah.
That's a very low concern for me. My main concern is this the shooter that we're actually, like you said, it could be somebody else. Because I don't see a gun.
Yeah,
I don't see a gun when he falls from a 1-story building onto grass.
yeah,
And then to throw it in the woods, yeah, I guess. And then they came out with the bullets had engravings on it
yeah,
of leftist, transgender stuff like that, anti-fascism
yeah,
markings on the bullet. And then they came out to say that he was living with a transgender person and was dating them as they were going through transition.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, the same way the left does it, the right is doing the same thing, and it's kind of just sickening,
yeah,
almost like it's so sickening.
yeah,
You're just helping us to be divided.
right. Yeah.
It's already one crazy, tragic act that's happened, and you're using it for your agenda.
Right.
It's just
Yeah, because to me,
the
to
fight.
me, none of that they came out with or found or discovered has nothing to do with the basic concept that if this is the shooter, just murdered somebody.
the dude.
All that has nothing to do with that.
The true fight. I'm pretty sure. I hope we agree on this, but I'm pretty sure we do. The true fight is good versus evil.
Yes.
It's not left versus right. The
No.
left is not evil. The right is not good. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, at its core, it's good versus evil.
Right.
And that's the battle we need to prepare for.
Yeah.
Is good versus evil. Not if you're left or right, if you're conservative, not if you're a part of a different community, whatever. Don't care.
Yeah.
It's good versus evil.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying one side is good or if you're a part of the LGBTQ community, you're evil because it doesn't align with my religion values and my whatnot. I'm saying, and that's another topic, but I'm saying it's good versus evil into the core of who you're standing in front of, who each person is. If you're good, if you're chanting for this person, oh, good, I'm glad he's dead, blah, blah, blah. They did the same thing for Jesus.
Yep.
And it's good versus evil.
Yep.
The only crazy thing is that we definitely have to try to forgive those that produce evil.
Yeah.
And hope from them they repent. But if not, so be it. I know it's crazy to think that way and it's hard to, but it's almost like I don't want to think that way, but I know that's why we should be thinking. Because I'm
right.
What the veteran and the patriot in me is like, let's go get them.
Yeah.
You know, let me go. You want to go meet Jesus so bad? I'll arrange the meeting. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think they want to. The evil ones don't want to really meet Jesus that bad. They just, like you said, they're just
they're
evil.
going to eventually. So everyone's got to.
Oh yeah, they got to go up there and answer.
Everyone's got a limited time on this earth.
Yeah, good evil. That's what I'm right there with you.
It's definitely a sad thing, man. And I really want to believe that this is the shooter and that's who we got and everything. Maybe I'm just don't have all the details, and maybe I will later on when they release more, once the trial's over or whatever the case is. But goodness, man, people even went as far as that Israel had him killed because he was saying bad stuff about Israel now because of what all their nonsense that they're doing. They bombed the Qatar. Because Hamas was in a building, but they bombed a big building in Qatar, and I was like, that to me that's getting out of hand too. But
yeah,
it's crazy. I don't know what to believe. I really don't.
Yeah,
I know an act of evil happened, and God told him, "Hey, you fulfilled your purpose. It's time to come home."
Yeah,
and it's crazy to think, but we got to. He's death can only deliver us to what we got going on. And that's what what we should as Christians be most excited about, because now our suffering is over. We're with the Father, and we should be rejoicing in it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to get on here and say, "Well, I rejoice. I'm happy for him," because obviously it's an act of death, and usually a death, it's a sad thing, and it usually is, and because we're humans, but it's almost like, man, kind of jealous that you get to. Before he got shot, it wasn't right before, but before he was some question or something he was saying. He was like, I think it was like 2 or 3 minutes before he got shot, and he was like, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and that's who I follow and all that. And it's like, even till the very end, I'm sure his faith was really strong, and even till the very end, he claimed to be a diehard Jesus follower and showed that he was. So that's what he was called for, and God called him home.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of hard to be sad.
And there's proof of it, because again, like I said, there's people all around the world right now that are, protesting and even just shining a light on, the word that Charlie Kirk was trying to express, about Christianity, and you see it, and to me, to be honest, when I saw that, it just I felt some type of way, because I didn't know that it went all around the world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I don't really, go into social media that much and follow a whole bunch of people and stuff like that. And I have watched his videos, not all of them, but a handful here and there. When they pop up, and then I'm like, oh. Let me go. That's interesting. I'm gonna go to YouTube and watch the whole video.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it almost felt like a warm feeling when I saw, again, from New Zealand, UK, even Germany, South Korea, South America, Spain, all these people, just sharing how they felt about what Charlie Kirk had shared with them, and I'm sure a lot of them were the same people that are coming out now, saying I'm an atheist or blah blah blah, and now Charlie Kirk is the reason why I turn my ways into Jesus. You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It's a great thing.
That it's all around the world.
Yeah.
You know, and then I prayed for, you know, his wife and his kids.
I think
anyways,
one of her what there was something showed where I don't know if it was the same. I don't know when she did it, but obviously there's cameras all around because people are trying to document what's going on. But she was here recently or whenever. There's a picture of her holding a cross out of the window, and it's kind of like showing that she still has faith, and she's in pain, and she's, you know, sad about it, but she still has faith. And I thought that was a really strong message from her too. And a lot of the guys, I saw a lot of the conservative, I wouldn't even say conservative, they're pretty right wing, like far right.
Yeah.
Spokespeople that were like, whatever. And they're like, I'm coming out of retirement. This is the time. And, you know, Charlie Kirk's videos, he didn't condone violence like that. He tried to show what real peaceful First Amendment right of free speech was, going into places that he knew he was hated and trying to speak about it. And he knew that going in. That was his battle. And he was not, he had somewhat of a filter for sure.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he was trying to be respectful and all that, which like we should be respectful. But some of these guys coming out of retirement, allegedly, that they keep saying, "All right, I'm coming out of retirement. I got to take the torch and keep it going." They're not, they're not filtered at all. Like they're like, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, man. I guess we'll see when it happens. But I just thought it was pretty cool that, you know, people are willing to come out of retirement and stand up for it and continue to pass. I guess it's more political agenda, but hopefully not.
I think the biggest thing is if you are, to the best of your abilities, to follow in his footsteps. Because, again, I don't think us or them or whoever, you know, going into a violent, making this about, you know, a violent thing to where we need to start killing each other or whatever is not going. That's not the answer. I don't think that's
not
the
going to
answer.
solve
at all.
anything.
No.
People may
trust
disagree.
me. That was the first thing when I saw that I felt was like, yeah, this is out of hand. Like,
Yeah.
but then I had to step back. I was like, but that's not the answer.
It's an emotional reaction.
Yeah,
We all
you
have,
know what I mean?
For sure.
So, again, the biggest thing is just keep pushing his way of speaking about Christianity and his way of thinking about, you know, the values and of what we should all have. You know what I mean? And in some of his videos that I saw, he even said it out front, like, you know, because they asked him a question like, do you hate the LGBTQ community and all that?
Yeah.
And he said, no, I don't hate you. No group. He said, I just don't agree with, you know, because of my beliefs.
Right.
Right? That's fine. You know, again, we're not all going to agree the same thing. We're not going to have the same values.
Yep.
He was just trying to share his values, his beliefs, and you could take it or leave it. That's it. That's the whole point of, you know, conversing. That's the whole point of debating or just talking to each other, because you're not going to get anywhere without talking to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I don't. You have to be a pretty weak-minded individual to let someone else's words control what you do.
Right.
It's really, I say control, but offend you so much to the point to where you get so rage baited that you go and do an act of violence. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but it is control. That is control.
So the reason why I say I maybe shouldn't say control is because if you preach the word of Jesus and God, then that should move you. I'm not saying it's control, because God wants free will.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
But so I just didn't want it to be misinterpreted from the people watching. But man, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like something is going to happen very soon. But then hopefully, and I hope I'm wrong, I hope nothing crazy happens, because if it does, I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty. And it's going to turn into a left versus right. That's just how it is going to be. They're so emotional with it. There's going to be a select few where it's like, I don't want any part of this. Just don't mess with me, y'all. At that point when it comes, like, don't mess with me and mine, and we'll live happily ever after. But if you come to my doorstep, hey, again, you want to meet God so bad, I'll arrange the meeting.
Yeah.
I can't judge you, but I'll get you there.
Yeah.
If you wanna do some crazy stuff, and try to hurt me and mine, I ain't gonna let you do it.
Right.
I'm gonna. If I do go down, I'm gonna go down swinging at least.
Oh yeah.
So that's crazy. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's I don't know. I don't even know how to. I can't even put myself in this other person's shoes to get so angry that I want to go assassinate somebody.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
No, I can't either.
I think the last person. The last person that one of the guys commented, they were like Martin Luther King Jr. They're comparing him to the movement that Martin Luther King was able to produce, and they're comparing Charlie to him, saying he had the same concept and the same movement and the same widespread, and they were both assassinated. But
yeah,
they were trying to relate the two because he literally, like you said, he would sit there and talk to you.
Yeah.
Now you may not like what he said. Sometimes maybe his tone was not what you liked, but
right.
That's you walked up to the mic.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Why would you think, and you know who he stands for and what he stands for. So why would you,
right.
If you didn't want to have your feelings or be offended, why would you go up to the mic? You know that you risk that when you go up to the mic. Right. Because you actually, you know what he stands on. He doesn't know you. Right. So you know everything about him. So, when you get offended, it's kind of like it's okay. Like, be offended. It's fine. Yeah. Nothing's you're going to go on. If you don't want to do anything else, you're going to go about your day. Yeah. Your life will continue to be the same.
And then there were a couple videos that I saw that there were people up there that went up there, again, willing to go up there on their own will, because that's what it was mainly about, you just coming up there to debate and discuss stuff. Yeah. They even after the whole debate that they had, they even said, I still disagree with you, but thank you for the debate. And that was it. They walked off.
That's a great that's what I love. Those videos I love to see. Yeah. Because it shows that we have some kind of common ground in humanity still. Right. I don't agree with you. Maybe I think I won or lost a debate, doesn't matter, but I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be here. Right. And speak, and then your words are going to reach hundreds, if not thousands of people. Yeah. Or probably with his platform, millions. Yeah. Right? So at least you got your chance to get up there and speak your mind. Mm-hmm. And he didn't you can't come up here because I know you're a part of the LGBTQ community, or you're a left-wingist, you can't come up onto the mic, only conservatives. Yeah. Or, hey, you're a conservative, I only want to debate these people. Anybody can come up there. Right. Yeah. If you have the courage to get up there. And I think it takes a lot of courage to get up there in front of all those people, especially if you're from the opposite side that he stands for. Yeah. Because he even tells his crowd, don't boo them and whatnot. Yeah. Don't laugh at them, And the crowd still does. Which is, in my opinion, you're kind of egging on the problem. If you're a conservative right wing and you start laughing or booing or whatever, you're kind of making the left vision saying that we're bad people or they're bad people the same thing. Right. You're kind of showing you're kind of proving their point. Right. If you were just respectful and just listen to what they have to say and let Charlie do his thing, it'd be good, But it takes a lot of courage to get up there because I know that can affect a lot of people. I know I'd be nervous. Oh, yeah, of course. If I was going to debate someone that I didn't agree with and I'm getting booed the whole time for my views, I'd be like, all right, well, thank you. I'm going to leave now. Yeah. 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 I don't know. I'm pretty, I like confrontation, so I'll probably stay up there.
I don't know about confrontation. But yeah, to go off of that, yes, you have to have courage to get up there and try to talk to somebody. But also, again, there's been people up there who states some statistics off of Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and they're falsely stating those statistics. Yeah. And then when he challenges them, they don't know what to say, and then they just start cussing him out. Calling them names and stuff like that.
And that's kind of how you know someone lost a debate. Right.
Or at the same time, they really don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. So, but anyways, again, we shouldn't hate each other because we have difference of opinions.
No.
We shouldn't have that disgustful thought in the back of our head that we need to go unalive somebody because we have different opinions. We're different.
Ridiculous.
And we're different in so many ways. We think differently in so many ways, and that's just what makes us human. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just disgusting to me.
The world's definitely lost. It's crazy where we come to now, and what going back to seeing what everyone has fought so hard for. Doesn't matter if Democrat, Republic, left, right. Those people have fought so hard, usually for justified or just reasons, and it's gotten so far out of hand nowadays where they've taken those ideologies and twisted them so far that it's become, you're spitting on what they've stood for.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr., all that. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's so disgusting. But last thing I want to say is just, kind of jealous of you because you get to meet our creator, and I'm pretty sure you're welcomed in open arms, and you're no longer suffering, and you're watching down. But want to pray for his family, and hopefully that they find some sort of peace throughout all this, and continue to live a prosperous life, and him and his kids, because there's kids without a father now, and a son that's been lost. So that's what I mean. It's kind of what I want to end on that part. So, do you have anything for that?
No, I feel the same way. She did do a video, Miss Erica, and she seems like a very strong woman. In that video, she's like, this is not the end.
No, I'm telling you, man, they just woke up a
so
giant.
and essentially that's what she was saying, that you just woke up a different beast.
Yeah, and you can see it, like you said, around the world, everything.
Yeah, I mean all over the world. It's crazy. But yeah, I did pray for her and the kids. That was the other hardest part. Just me thinking about my son. So
yeah, it's definitely. I think I don't know if what's true and what's not, but some people said that they were there.
Yeah,
and that some people said no, they wasn't there. So I don't know, but if they were there, regardless, it still sucks. But especially if they were there, man, it's crazy.
Yeah,
and then everyone that witnessed it firsthand, the guy speaking to him at the moment that was going on, like, think about what that guy's going through, seeing that firsthand. Like,
right.
I only watched the video and the unblurred video, and it turned my stomach. You know what I mean? Like, it's nasty.
Yeah.
But guys, we want to thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below what you guys think. Congratulations to our TikTok giveaway winners for the challenge coins. If you guys want to see who won, go to our TikTok page, the E4 Mafia official or E4 Mafia podcast. You guys can see that on TikTok, and follow us on Instagram and whatnot. Don't forget, if you want some merch, it's down below. We're going to be adding a bunch of new merch here coming up in the future. It's just taking a little bit longer. I was injured, and we had to take a vacation because we just needed a break from the crazy world that we live in. We just needed and work and whatnot, the stress. So we had to take a vacation. But I am still injured. It's not as bad as I thought, which is great. But that's kind of why the delay of the videos and the delay of stuff. So we will be getting you guys that soon. We got challenge coins going to be back on the website hopefully here soon. And if they're not, you guys can reach out to us on Instagram. Some of you guys already have, and we will ship some challenge coins out to you guys. That is the ones we showed on the previous stuff and the stuff that we give away. So we appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Comment below what you think about what this whole scenario is going through, the tragic event, what you guys think of it. We want to hear y'all's opinion. Give you guys, again, it's a freedom of speech. Say what you want to say, but I do want to end that if you are condoning violence on someone because of their political views, you are the problem, and I pray that you change your ways, because you really need to turn to something else, and it's going to be, hopefully you find out that it is Jesus. So, but that's it. We appreciate you guys watching. My name's Alan.
My name's Mike.
We'll see you guys next episode. Peace.